It's a beautiful late August morning, and I'm on the Middle Fork Road, heading to a trailhead where I start my 7.5 mile trek to Nordrum Lake. That noise you hear is the sound of the Taylor River. I'm getting an 8 o'clock start from the trailhead. It's only 50 degrees out, a little cool for this time of year. I'm crossing over Taylor River right here, and I'm going to be following a abandoned logging road for about 5.5 miles. It's pretty dense forest, but every so often I get a view of the Taylor River. This creek's dry now, but in the rainy season it looks like this. The Taylor River isn't running a lot of water this time of year either. This section along the road grade is heavily traveled. Traffic already. Well, if they can do it, I can do it. That was quick. Well, here I am already at a nice crossing over Martin Creek. It's another creek crossing, but this one's without a bridge. Now, a couple months earlier, this creek looked like this. Yeah, a little bit of high water, and a little tougher to get across. I like it better where I don't have to get my feet wet. Oh, you do have to watch out for slippery rocks. Still a lot of trees, and you don't find many plants under this dense canopy. But you do get some brush showing up when that canopy starts to open up. It looks to me like lunchtime. And I'm ready for a good sip of filtered water. Big Creek has a few falls here that has my attention. Before I know it, I'm to a fork in the trail. I'm heading straight to Nordrum. I could see right off that this trail wasn't well maintained. The brush was overgrowing the trail. This looks like my first obstacle, Taylor River. I opted not to take the log, and I took the wet route but kept my feet dry. and the gauntlet begins. It's steep and brushy to the next 2,000-foot gain in elevation. Oh, another obstacle. This is just one of many blowdowns. I had the privilege of going under or over, whatever be the case. This one was pretty easy. Check this one out. Any tough trail has got to have a log that you walk across. It's up and away. You keep thinking it's going to flatten off somewhere, but it doesn't. There was a short boulder field I had to go through, and it actually wasn't too bad. It could have been worse. Yeah, there was this one slab that I had to go across. It had a little pond in it, and it was like 4 foot deep. I was wondering if I was ever going to get to the top, and then there it is, Nordrum, my first view. It's a beautiful lake. All that hard work of climbing up is paying off. I was surprised to find a couple guys already camping at the lake. The trail ends at the lake, and there's not many camping spots. I like the reflections that you get in this lake. I was tired, and I turned in early, and I slept real good that night. You better believe that bowl of breakfast food tasted good. This time lapse shows how this lake can change. Yeah, that was sweet. Well, it's my day to do some exploring. I was finding a lot of plants with berries on them. These are the only berries I'll eat on up here, and this one was especially delicious. This ground cover plant sure produces the berries. This is what the flower looks like in the spring. This is a 6 foot high woody shrub. I was surprised to see this plant still around. This is what it looks like in the spring. This plant flowers all summer long. Here's a plant that flowers late in the summer. This was the only fern that I saw up here, but I saw a lot of it. I don't find this fungus very often, but it just happened that I found a couple different clumps. And then this guy showed up and just made my day. Well, I got back to camp and it was noon and I was still exploring, so I decided to pack up and head back down the gauntlet. No matter if you're going up or down this steep, rugged slope, it's slow. I won't be as winded, but it's still going to take me about 3 hours to get off this slope. I'm always cautious on these logs. Oh, what did I grab? Yeah, as long as it's not Devil's Club. I can see on a warm day someone might be tempted to go in there and get cooled off. These blowdowns aren't getting any easier. I'm getting a lot of practice on these. I'm going to show you the way this is done. It looks like I'm finally down to the bottom. That's a happy sight. Does it look like he's tired? He is. At the bottom of the slope there, I camped at a trail camp overnight, all by myself. It rained a little bit that morning for about an hour, but it got the brush wet, so I'm trying my rain fly from my tent to save me from getting wet. And it worked pretty good. I'm back at the fork, and here's where I'm going to start seeing some more hikers. It was a hard hike, and hikes like this stick in your memory. And I think I'll be avoiding steep slopes for a while.